In this recording, let us talk about uh, the meaning and definition of Nash equilibrium. So, we are not going to find out the solution to this particular game, but we are just developing the concept of Nash equilibrium in this particular recording. So, we'll take up an example of prisoner's dilemma. And so, there are two players, player one and player two, suspect one and suspect two. And these players, they have two actions which they can take up: confess or deny to the crime which they may have done. So if both of them confess that yes, they have done the crime, so they will be sent for 2 years in jail. And if I confess but you deny, so since I have helped police, so police will set me free. And since you were denying the crime which you have already done, police is going to put you 3 years in jail. Similarly, if I deny and you confess, you will be set free because you are helping police. And if both of us deny, police doesn't have much evidence against either of us for any major crime. So they can only put us in the prison for some minor crime. Hmm? But here, you have to understand few things. One, in any game, the best action which you are taking, it is depending upon what I am believing you, my opponent, are going to take up some actions as, right? So it is my belief that what action you're going to take, that is going to define what I view as the best action for myself. So supposedly if you confess, then between confess and deny, which is giving me lesser years in jail, confess, so I will confess. But if you deny, then between confess and deny, what is giving me lesser years in jail, deny, sorry, confess. So depending on what actions you are going to take, I am going to define my best action, right? So it is, and I am believing that you are going to take up these actions, so it is my belief about what actions you can take. So please write alongside: in game, best action for any player, action for any player depends in general on other players' actions, on other players' actions. So I am forming a belief about what actions you can take. One thing. Second, how I'm deciding what my beliefs are. Hmm? How I know that you can either confess or deny? Because I have played this game many times. It is my experience which is telling me, okay, you can either confess or deny. The same kind of actions which I am taking, these actions are also open to you. So it is my belief, it is my experience which is forming my beliefs about what actions you can take. So these things, each player's belief is derived from her past experience of playing the game. Of playing the game. Third, right? But you have to understand one thing we when we say that you have an experience in playing the game, right? uh, you have to assume this, that I am, so for example, I say that, okay, I have the experience in playing this game, this prisoner's dilemma game. Then you have to understand one thing, that I am viewing this particular game in isolation. What do I mean by this? I know in general my opponent, the other prisoner, is going to behave in this. Either he will confess or deny or whatever. I don't know particularly about you. That is not what I know. So for example, I am player 1 and you are player 2. I don't know particularly what player 2 is. I don't know that. What I know in general, prisoners are going to behave like this in this particular scenario. I do not know about a specific opponent. You have to understand this, right? So these are the subtle points. So please write each player's experience. Each player's experience leads her to beliefs about the actions of typical opponents. Matlab, in general, these opponents are going to behave like this. I don't know a specific opponent how he's going to behave. No, no, no. That is not what I know. Not any specific set of opponents. Mhm. Not any specific set of opponents. Hmm. Acha, when we are going to make a choice, अब जैसे if you are going to confess, so you can see now I have a choice of confess or deny. What will I do? I will be picking up that choice which is going to give me a lesser term in jail, no? So given what you are going to do, I will do what any rational person will do. Are you with me? So rationality is assumed here. Hmm? So each player's sorry, ऐसे लिखो, each player chooses her action according to the model of rational choice, right? Given her beliefs about the other player's actions. The other player's action, right? अच्छा, दूसरा, आई एम गोइंग टू assume this that every player's belief about other players' actions is correct. So ये मुझे experience से पता है. This I know from experience that you also have these actions which are open to you. So this is my belief that you're going to have these actions, and you will be performing in these actions in this typical way. So, and this in general is true, right? So this belief is true. Every player's belief about other players' actions, about other players' actions is correct. Is correct. सही बेटा, right? So अगर मैं कहता हूं कि there is one action profile A star, and I call this action profile as a Nash equilibrium. So remember this, that in this recording I'm not going to solve for the Nash equilibrium. I'm just developing an idea behind that. Uh, so and I say that this is an action profile which is going to give me the best outcome, and which is going to give you also the best outcome. So if any one of us is going to deviate from this particular action profile, we are not going to be better off. That is the point, right? So both of us are doing the best what we can do given other players' choices. Okay. So is a Nash equilibrium. So, and when do you say so? No player I can do better by choosing an action different from different from AI star, given that given that every other player chooses AJ star. सिंपल सी बात ये है, ए स्टार में मैं प्लेयर आई हूं, आप प्लेयर जे हैं. आई एम प्लेयर आई, यू गाइस आर प्लेयर जे, राइट? सो आई एम I will be I will be playing AI star. That is an optimal. You will be playing AJ star. I do not have any incentive to do anything other than AI star, provided you are doing AJ star. You do not have any incentive to do anything other than AJ star, provided I am doing AI star. Are you with me? हाँ, इसको एक एग्जाम्पल से तो देखना ही पड़ेगा, तभी आई थिंक इट विल बिकम वेरी क्लियर. Say for example, you guys are suspect too and you confess, right? What is better for me? Should I confess or should I deny? Which is what is giving me the lesser uh, term in prison? Confess, na? So I'll be confessing. So given you confess, I will be confessing. Okay? Given I am going to confess, whether you will be confessing or you will be denying. By confess is going to give you 2 years in jail. Deny is going to give you 3 years in jail. So what is better for you? Confess. Given you confess, what is better for me between -2 and -3? -2, right? Given I confess, what is better for you between -2 and -3? -2. Now you understand what I'm trying to say. Can I do better than confess given you are confessing? Given you are confessing, I am suspect one. Can I do better than Confess. Can I deviate from confess to deny? Is that a profitable deviation? No, no. Because if I deviate, instead of 2 years in jail, I will have to spend 3 years in jail. So is it a profitable deviation for me? No. That is the point which I'm trying to tell you. Given I confess, will you deviate from confess? Will you move from -2 to -3? No, you won't. Why? Because 2 years in jail term is better or 3 years in jail term is better. By 2 years in jail term is better. So there is no profitable deviation for me. So I will be playing AI star. You will be playing AJ star. And there is no deviation, which is what we are going to do, right? Uh, and confesses A star. A star is like this. A star is AI star, AJ star, SAL. And in our example, it is confess. Okay? I am player I, you guys are player J. Okay. This is going to be a Nash equilibria. A star is going to be a Nash equilibria if everyone adheres to it and no individual wishes to deviate from it. If everyone adheres to it and no individual wishes to deviate from it. And say, for example, my belief about your actions is correct, your belief about my actions is correct. So that is there. You also know, okay, bhaiya, between confess and deny, if you are going to confess, I will also confess. If you will deny, right? अगर मुझे पता है कि तुम deny ही करोगे, if you are going to deny, then I will confess. Why? Because I can be set free. आप deny करोगे, तो will I go free or will I go to 1 year in jail? Will go free. So the point which I want to make is that everyone is adhering to the Nash equilibrium. There is no profitable deviation from it, and the player's belief about each other actions, about each other's actions are correct. About each other's actions are correct, right? हाँ, तो मैं ऐसे कह दूं, ये एक छोटी सी टेक्निकल डेफिनेशन वी कैन राइट. So there is an action profile A star, an action profile A star is a Nash equilibrium. If no player I has any action AI for which he prefers AI star, A minus I star, A star. मतलब कहने का मतलब ये है कि It's not AI star. I'm so sorry. ऐसे लिखो AI. Hmm? I'll tell you one thing. I am individual one. You are my opponent. तो यहां पे हम ऐसे लिखते हैं बेटा AI star A minus I star. I am individual I, you are my opponent. So it is you are minus I, opponent. So I am playing my optimal, you are playing your optimal. That is what Nash equilibria is. And we are saying that this is a Nash equilibria. If individual I am individual I do not have any other action AI. AI is different from AI star. I do not have any other action AI. Given you are playing AI A minus I star, you guys are minus I, opponent, my opponent. Given you are playing A minus I star to A star. Bhai, when will I prefer AI to AI star? When will I do that? When I'm going to get higher utility from AI as compared to AI star. Bhai, तभी तो होगा ना? Given you are playing A minus I star. Right? So how do I write this in utility terms? And this is, we are saying that this is a Nash equilibria if no other player, if no player I has any action AI for which this is preferred to this. So utility which individual I get from action profile A star. In A star, I am playing AI star. You guys are playing A minus I star. That is greater than equal to if I deviate. And if I deviate, my utility, I'm individual I, UI is AI given you are playing AI star. You got this? I am individual I, my utility AI, UI, given I play AI star as compared to the case when I deviate and I play AI. कहने का मतलब ये that you call this as an action profile. So for example, in our example, confess. So my utility, individual one's utility from confess, given you are also confessing, I am individual one, you are individual two, is greater than if I deny and you confess. देखा? What is this? This is AI star. What is this? This is A minus I star. What is this? This is AI. What is this? This is A minus I star. खुद देखो इसमें. When you are confessing, my utility from confess is -2. When you are confessing, my utility from deny is -3. What is better? -2 or -3? Bhaiya, -2 is better. That is the point. Right? That is the point. Are you guys with me? You guys are with me, right? So this is the night, and this individual one is I. So do you think by deviating, I am doing any better? If I'm not doing any better, then this is a Nash equilibrium, given that you are playing your Nash equilibrium. So I would want you to learn this definition. And the main take home from this particular recording is that in case of Nash equilibria, if you and I are sitting at the Nash equilibria, then there is no profitable deviation exist. If it exists, then this particular action profile is not going to be a Nash equilibrium. That is the point. We're going to develop the same theme with the help of examples in the next case. Thank you, Vita.